Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the March 2020 horoscope for people who have their sun or rising sign in Virgo. The greatest news during this month is the ingression of Saturn in your sixth house. This would totally change the rules, the principles, the things that we have to follow. But in your case, what we need to look at first is the fact that Saturn will no longer be in your fifth house. And that's quite good news when it comes to your romantic life and your personal life. And I'm not saying that Saturn is only bringing you challenges, but Saturn and love, well, they are not real friends. Saturn and stable relationships, yes, but fifth house is not one of the comfortable positions for Saturn. And very often this may feel quite limiting and honestly without the opportunity to have much fun. So first of all, there can be relief in this area of your life. You might have more opportunities to just have fun, to just relax, to be kind of more creative also. And even when it comes to love and romance, things can get a little easier without Saturn being in your fifth house. But what's also changing is that Saturn will move to your sixth house. And that means some new rules and principles when it comes to work and career. And usually that's an important area for Virgo people. Sixth house is the area of Virgo. And Saturn in sixth house can actually be quite productive. To share something personal, I have Saturn in sixth house in my natal chart. And this is one of those positions when Saturn really feels comfortable and more like at home. Because sixth house is also about serious stuff, about your responsibilities, about work arrangements, about all kinds of things that we are supposed to do, even if they're not the most fun. It's about business, career, it's about health as well. And those are areas where Saturn can actually be very, appropriate and can help you actually to stabilize this area of your life, to be more productive, to be more hardworking, consistent, patient. And I'm not saying that Saturn is Jupiter and that everything will be extremely easy. Of course, you have to work hard. Of course, you have to prepare for some possible delays or some transition period or testing period. But if you remain consistent, hardworking, and responsible, which usually is in alignment with Virgo's nature, then over time, over the next couple of years, Saturn can reward you. And that's, of course, not just happening during March. This is just the beginning of this period of a couple of years while Saturn will be in your sixth house. So quite interesting transition. This may also require more attention when it comes to health, when it comes to scheduling things on a daily basis and so on. But as I said, Saturn in sixth house is much more comfortable than Saturn in fifth house. The other news for March is that Mercury, the ruler of your sign, is turning direct. At the beginning of the month, it's still retrograde. So for the first approximately 10 days, we have to be more careful with documents, with important purchases, with the new things that we would like to start, with communication and technical stuff. But after the 9th of March, Mercury will turn direct, which means that around the second half of the month, things should go back to normal when it comes to all of those areas that were kind of disturbed by Mercury retrograde. Technical stuff, communication, you name it. So that's very important because Mercury rules Virgo. And for you, it's even more significant than for other people. And the other key events of the month are the three conjunctions that Mars will have. The first two are with Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn in your fifth house. So it triggers strongly your romantic life, your personal life, hobbies, entertainment, kids also. And Mars with Jupiter is actually a great combination that can bring abundance, motivation to start something new, to be more creative, to be just more optimistic about the things that you would like to start, to take certain risks when it comes to love and relationships also, and overall just to be more optimistic. On the other side, you have to consider also that Mars and Jupiter can be too much, like exaggeration of something. And because fifth house also is connected to the risks that we take, that's something you need to be more careful with. It's not the most typical thing for Virgo to be like extra risk takers or like reckless. For some people, I guess it might happen, but just keep that in mind that there might be some huge risks you might want to take. And Mars and Pluto, even more, even bigger risks, even more motivation, empowerment, lots of passion when it comes to your personal life, but also possibility for some confrontations or power struggles with kids, with romantic partners, and also lots of empowerment. So for some kind of sports, this combination can be quite strong and empowering. And the last conjunction that Mars will have will be with Saturn right after the two planets ingress Aquarius, which means they will trigger your sixth house. And this is not a friendly combination. The two planets are so different. And there might be some kind of obstacles related to your work, related to health, or to some responsibilities. But if you are respectful, if you are quite disciplined and organized and structured, you may actually increase your productivity and achieve some significant results, but only through hard work and only by doing the right thing. So that's just, the general picture, the key transformative events during the month. I also included this list of the most positive and most challenging days during the month, which I believe can be very positive and very helpful for you. You might want to write those days down or make a screenshot. And while you're doing that, I would like also to announce to you the new project that I have created for you so that you can really make a difference in your life. It's called MarStrars DreamTeam, and it's a membership platform which is available as an app on your phone, which is amazing. And you will have access to daily horoscopes there, to access to a private Facebook group. Also, those monthly presentations will be available for a reference, and other options, monthly webinars or one-on-one sessions. So I'm very excited, and I really believe that this opportunity, this project can help you to make a difference in your life. So check the links, and I hope to see you in MarStrars Dream Team. And I hope you have been able to write those days down just for reference during the month. And now we can go quickly through the other events during the month so that you would know which areas are triggered for you. On the 3rd of March, Venus in 8th house squares Saturn in your 5th house. This is a challenging aspect, but we have to admit that. And it can be challenging for you when it comes to emotional stuff, personal stuff, investments, creativity, even communication with kids. There might be some emotional frustration related to those areas. Then on the 4th of March, things are different because Mercury retrograde will go back to your 6th house, and for a couple of days it will trigger your 6th house, which means that you need to be more careful with work arrangements, with the schedule, with business communication with other people as well. It's just for a week. The other transition is the ingression of Venus in your 9th house, which can be very positive when it comes to some long-term goals or also enjoying some opportunities for traveling. And the good news is that Mercury retrograde will also have a positive aspect with Venus on this day. And this is overall harmonizing when it comes to your communication or relationships, and also the ability to fix some old issues or to restart old communication and relationships. On the 8th of March, we also have two conjunctions at the same time. The Sun with Neptune in your 7th house, which is bringing lots of romantic feelings, opportunities when it comes to relationships. You might be emotionally connected to your partner, your spouse, or be open to help other people, or just feel nice when you do something good for others. It is also possible that such a combination may bring possible complications in relationships, so be aware of that. And Venus with Uranus will be joining in your 9th house, which can bring some excitement, new ideas, and opportunities when it comes to long-term goals, traveling, and education. Surprisingly, you may decide to travel somewhere, or you might have a new goal related to your desires, related to love. And this can be quite exciting and interesting to explore. Then the 9th of March comes with two major events. Mercury, which turns direct. Wow, that's very important, really, because Mercury is the ruler of your sign. And after this day, things should slowly go back to normal. When communication, at your work, in your relationships, with documents, all the Mercury stuff. But keep in mind that the 9th of March is still kind of the dark phase, so to speak. Or it's still a period when things might be complicated or messed up, because Mercury is stationary, and those are actually the most intense periods. So specifically on the 9th, be extra careful. And also there is a full moon on this day, which triggers your 1st and 7th house, which is quite significant. And the major areas which are triggered are relationships and also your own actions, what you do, how you present yourself in front of others, how you express your needs. And this is the opportunity to change something in the area of relationships, and especially related to your behavior, your actions, your responses in your relationships. Then on 11th of March, we have one of the most positive aspects during the whole month. Jupiter in 5th house with the Sun in your 7th house. Amazing combination for love, for relationships, for expanding something that you do that you love doing, for more creativity, for more inspiration, and also for improving the relationship with your spouse, with your boyfriend, or even with your kids. You may feel more joyful, more inspired, generally a nice aspect. Then on the 14th of March, also the same houses are triggered by different planets this time. The Sun in 7th house, this time with Pluto in 5th house. Also very empowering, bringing you increased confidence, self-confidence especially, but also opportunity to bring more passion in your relationship or to empower someone else to do something with you. So amazing combination. And the other one is Mars in 5th house with Neptune in 7th house. Also bringing you inspiration, creativity, and desire, ability to do something for someone else, for the person you love, for someone you really appreciate in your life. So March 14 is also amazing. On the 16th, Mercury is ingressing your 7th house, which is important because this is the position where Mercury was retrograde earlier. And this position may allow you to fix or to solve some of the issues or the potential problems which have arisen during Mercury retrograde, especially when it comes to relationships and communication with other people. On the 19th of March, another positive aspect between the Sun in 7th house, this time with Saturn in 5th house. Also very positive for relationships, especially for business relationships or for any type of, serious communication. This aspect may also help you to bring more stability, to be more responsible, to be more logical and realistic about relationships, about personal stuff, and everything creative as well. And later during the same day, the Sun will ingress your 8th house, which overall changes the focus and may allow you to go deeper into exploring something. This is an important position when it comes to financial stuff or overall more serious topics. And during the next 1 month, you may really dive deeper into those themes. You may find yourself more emotional, more sensitive than usual, or feeling more vulnerable. This also happens while the Sun is in our 8th house. So try to focus on balancing your energy. That's the most important, energy and emotional balance. If you manage to do that, you would solve the potential issues of 8th house. Then on the 20th of March, conjunction between Mars and Jupiter in 5th house, we kind of talked about it already. So empowerment, motivation, desire to do something you love, more creativity, some risks that you can take as well, especially when it comes to love. And the 21st of March, the ingression of Saturn in 6th house. Things are changing career-wise, health-wise, when it comes to responsibilities. It's time to be even more serious, more organized in those areas. But also this allows you to materialize things, but only with hard work. And the 22nd of March, another two aspects. First one, Venus in 9th house with Neptune in 7th house, bringing you more romantic feelings, more sensitivity, emotional experiences, which you can share with a partner, with someone you really value, and overall just to feel more connected. You may also explore some mutual goals with other people. And Mercury in 7th house with Uranus in 9th house also triggers the same themes. Interesting ideas coming from other people that you may explore. They could be related about a mutual goal you might have for the future, or they may inspire you to achieve something in the future. But overall, it's quite interesting, quite exciting. And the day is positive both for emotional stuff and ideas and even productivity. The 23rd of March is quite specific because that's the day of the Mars-Pluto conjunction. Technically, it's considered to be a challenging conjunction, and you have to be prepared for possible power struggles, confrontations, especially with romantic partners or with your kids. But this aspect may also empower you and motivate you to do something, to feel stronger and capable of transforming the things that you want. Be careful with the risks that you take. The 21st of March brings a new moon, which triggers your 8th house, and this is the new beginning. You might want to start something related to financial stuff, to investment, or something that will improve your health, or anything related to spiritual practices, energy practices, healing, cleansing, and everything that triggers both the body and the health and the soul as well. The 28th of March is also very positive. Venus in 9th house, having a positive aspect with Pluto and Jupiter in your 5th house. Great opportunities for love, for exploring new future ideas or opportunities, for feeling empowered, feeling more confident in achieving your goals. But also about love, this is an incredible combination. It can bring optimism, it can bring passion, it can bring deeper emotional connection, and also opportunity for success in love. Then on the 30th of March, Mars will ingress your 6th house. And this can bring more drive, more motivation to take action when it comes to work, when it comes to your responsibilities or business or even your health. And what's even more important is that on the very next day, Mars will join Saturn in your 6th house. And as we talked about it, this is a complicated combination. It might trigger some kind of blockages or some kind of restrictions or something that you need to work really hard for. But if you're consistent, if you are very logical, this may also allow you to materialize something, to achieve or to get a material result of your efforts. So that's the general picture. As you can see, the major houses which are triggered for you are 5th and 6th house. So changes when it comes to personal life, romantic life, and also work, career, and health. Don't forget that if you want to make a difference in your life, you can join MarStrars Dream Team. This is the platform which will give you access to daily horoscopes, a private Facebook group, the presentations, and some other options which you may explore. Check the links and I hope to see you there. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it and I'll see you very soon.